Welcome back, dear children. I hope you all are safe and healthy. Today, let's begin with the session 3 of chapter 10, Story of Lightning. Lightning is explained in terms of charges produced by rubbing. As we learnt in the previous classes, during the development of thunderstorm, there will be a fast movement of air currents. While the clouds are moving in the sky, there exists a friction between the cloud and the air particles. This friction causes the clouds to acquire a charge on their surface. Since the surface area of the cloud is very large, more amount of charge can be accumulated on the cloud. Whenever the charged cloud comes close to another cloud, it induces opposite charge on the other cloud. The charge accumulated on the charged cloud tries to move from one cloud to another. The air in between both the clouds is a poor conductor of electricity and does not allow the charges to flow through it. If the magnitude of accumulated charge on the cloud is very high, the air cannot resist the flow of electric charge. At this instant, the discharge takes place between negative and positive charges. This discharge produces the streaks of bright light and sound. The streaks are seen as lightning. The process involved in producing lightning is called an electric discharge. Electric discharge can occur between two or more clouds or between the clouds and the earth. As we know the phenomenon of lightning, we need not be frightened by lightning. Lightning strike could destroy life and property. Hence, it is advised to take necessary measures to protect ourselves. Lightning safety. Choose a safe place during a thunderstorm. A house or a building of low height. If traveling in a bus or car, close the doors and windows. If we are in a forest, take shelter under shorter trees rather than taller trees. Not a safe place during the thunderstorm is traveling in an open place, standing under tall trees in open fields or in a garden, staying in a multi-story building which does not have lightning conductors, standing near electric poles or telephone poles, using electric appliances like TV or computers, speaking on landline phones. Lightning conductors. Lightning conductor is a device that is used to protect the buildings from the effect of lightning. In general, a metallic rod is used as lightning conductor in the buildings. This metallic rod is taller than the building. It is installed in the walls of the buildings during construction. During the installation of lightning conductor rod, one of its end is kept out in the air and the other end is buried deep in the ground. It provides an easy route for transferring the electric charge to the ground. Since the metallic rod is taller than the building, its open end is closer to the cloud rather than the building, and hence it receives the charge first. The metallic rod, being a good conductor of electricity, allows the charge to flow through it without causing damage to the building. Metal columns used during construction, water pipes in the buildings also protect them from the effect of lightning to some extent. Do not touch these materials during a thunderstorm. Earthquakes. Natural phenomena such as lightning, floods, cyclones, etc. cause destruction of human life and property on a large scale. These phenomena can be predicted to some extent. The meteorological department can inform us about a thunderstorm developing in some area. However, there is always a possibility of lightning and cyclones accompanying a thunderstorm. From these signs, we can take necessary measures to protect ourselves from these phenomena. There is one natural phenomenon which cannot be predicted. It is an earthquake. Earthquake causes damage to human life and property on a large scale. From these signs, we can take necessary measures to protect ourselves from these phenomena. In India, two major earthquakes occurred on 26th January 2001 in Bhuj district of Gujarat, 8th October 2005 in Uri and Tangadhar towns of North Kashmir, What is an earthquake? An earthquake is a sudden shaking or trembling of the earth lasting for a very short period of time. Disturbance deep inside the earth's crust causes the earthquake. Mythical or folk stories say that the earth is balanced on the horn of a bull, and when the bull shifts it to the other horn, it results in an earthquake. Earthquake occurs all the time all over the earth. They are not even noticed. Major earthquakes occur less frequently. Earthquakes cause immense damage to buildings, bridges, dams, and people. They also cause great loss to the life and property. Earthquakes also cause floods, landslides, and tsunamis. On 26th December 2004, a major earthquake occurred in the Indian Ocean. This caused huge loss in the coastal areas. Causes of an earthquake. The earthquakes are caused due to the disturbance deep down inside the portion of the uppermost layer of the earth. The uppermost layer of the earth is called crust. The outermost layer of the earth is not in one place. It is fragmented. Each fragment is called a plate. These plates are continuous in motion. The collisions between these plates causes them to brush past each other or a plate to go under another plate. This causes disturbance in the earth's crust. The disturbance is shown as an earthquake on the earth's surface. The earthquakes are caused by the movement of the earth's plates. The places near the boundaries of the plates are considered as weak zones. The weak zones are also known as seismic or fault zones. In India, the seismic zones are Kashmir, Western and Central Himalayas, the whole of Northeast, Rann of Kutch, Rajasthan and Indo-Gangetic Plain. Along with these regions, some areas of South India are also under the seismic zone. To measure an earthquake, seismologists use two main devices. They are seismoscope or a seismograph. Seismoscope is the instrument that measures the occurrence or time of occurrence of an earthquake. This is a different kind of measuring device used without any technological background. Seismograph is an instrument that measures seismic waves caused by the earthquake. It is simply a vibrating rod or a pendulum which starts vibrating when tremors occur. A pen or stylus is attached to the vibrating system. The stylus records the seismic waves on the paper which moves under it. Using these waves, scientists can construct a complete map of the earthquake. Also, the power of earthquake to cause destruction can also be estimated. The power of an earthquake is expressed in terms of magnitude on the Richter scale. The magnitude of destructive earthquake is greater than 7 on the Richter scale. Each earthquakes that occurred in Bhuj and Kashmir had a magnitude greater than 7.5. Even though we know the causes for an earthquake, it is not possible to predict when and where the next earthquake will occur. Similar to the other scales, the Richter scale is not linear. That is, an earthquake of magnitude 6 does not have 1.5 half times of the destructive energy of an earthquake of magnitude. In fact, an increase of 2 in magnitude indicated 1,000 times more destructive. For example, the destruction caused by an earthquake of magnitude 6 is 1,000 times more than the destruction caused by an earthquake of magnitude 4. Moment magnitude scale is another method of measuring the intensity of an earthquake. This scale is based on the amount of displacement that occurred along a fault zone rather than the measurement of ground motion at a given point. It is more accurate than the Richter scale in measuring energy released by an earthquake. It is the only magnitude scale that is adequately measures the size of large earthquakes. Protection against earthquakes. Earthquakes cannot be predicted and are highly destructive. Hence, precautions are to be taken to protect people from them. The earthquakes are most common in the seismic zones. The buildings in these zones should be designed to withstand major tremors. It is possible with the help of modern building technology. The buildings are to be simply constructed so that they are quake safe. The buildings are to be simple structured so they are quake safe. Some of the key factors which are required in construction of quake safe buildings are consulting a qualified architect or structure engineers. In high seismic areas, use mud or timber, which is better than rather heavy construction material. Also, the roof should be lightweighted. This avoids heavy damage. Fix the cupboards and shelves to the walls. Be careful when you hang the photo frames, wall clocks, water heaters so that they may not fall on people at the event of the earthquake. Ensure that the fire fighting equipment is in working condition because there is a possibility of building catching fire during the earthquake. By constructing the quake-proof houses, the Central Building Research Institute, Roorkee, has developed to make quake-proof houses. As an individual, one can protect himself or herself by following simple steps such as taking a shelter under a table and staying there till the shaking stops. Stay away from tall and heavy objects because they may fall on you. Find a clear spot away from buildings, trees, overhead power lines and drop to the ground. Earthquakes in our regions. Hyderabad, the capital of Telangana, and the southern eastern districts of Chittor, YSR Kadapa, Nellore and Krishna and Godavari Delta region of Andhra Pradesh are the places in our regions where earthquakes have occurred. With this, we have come to the end of our chapter 10.